Hey guys, how are we all doing? We're going to go into the arena again, because we haven't done an arena video for a while. Right, we're going to play the Paladin. Okay, straight off the bat. I think we're going to go for Faceless Manipulator, because it's a pretty decent... You can play it on turn 5 if they play a Chill Wind Yeti and you have no other option, or if they play a Sludge Belcher, or any turn 5 kind of minion, or if you already have board control you can keep it in your hand and wait for them to summon a Molten Giant, for example, or any strong beefy guy. So Faceless Manipulator is a fantastic card in my opinion. Solidifying our late game with Guardian of the Kings is a good idea. Stone Tusk Boar is a bad 1/1. I mean, you can use it to get rid of a 1-mana minion sometime, like most of the time, if it's Leper Gnome or Clockwork Gnome or any of the 2/1s. But there are a few 1/2s out there, and sometimes they don't have a turn 1 play, and it's only really good for a turn 1 kind of counter, and you're still left with nothing on the board, and then it will be their turn anyway. Sea of Light is okay, but there are better weapons out there that we can equip for our Paladin. So Guardian of the Kings is a good late game play. Leper Gnome is... Always be wary in Arena playing 1 health minions. But if they have a decent death rattle, like Clockwork Gnome or Leper Gnome, then it's not too bad to pick them up. Booty Bay Bodyguard is a bad taunt card for 5 mana. For 4 mana you get a taunt minion with 1 more health and 2 less attack, but that doesn't matter too much. Darkscale Healer is, pretty decent. I wouldn't mind playing that, but I think the Leper Gnome solidifying our early game and opening turn 1 play wouldn't be too bad either. Which is why we're going to pick that. Godshire Footman, terrible stats. A 1/2 with Taunt, it's not really worth it. It can be destroyed by most 1-mana minions and almost every 2-mana minion, and the 2-mana minion will survive, so they get rid of it for free. Youthful Brewmaster, 2-mana, 3/2. I wouldn't mind using that in my deck, apart from the fact that we have a Harvest Golem here, which is probably one of my favourite early game cards just because of its death rattle, and the value for mana is off the charts. Again, we're faced with Flying Machine's terrible. It's a 2/4-ish. But if you're going up against a taunt minion that has 4 attack, or 3 attack, then you're kind of just sacrificing it for 2 damage to a taunt minion that's probably got 5 health. So that's not really worth it. Ogre Magi is pretty decent, 4 mana 4/4. There are worse cards and there are better cards. But I'm going to take the Youthful Brewmaster, just in case one of our minions gets relatively low and we want to bring him back. And if not, 2 mana 3/2 is pretty decent anyway. Light Warden would be better in a Priest, and still even 1 mana 1/2 isn't very good. Ancient Watcher, 4/5. I mean, if we had a Silence, then I wouldn't mind playing that. Kezan Mystic, 4 mana 4/3, isn't exactly good either. We don't have anything that gives anything taunt, which is why I'm probably not going to take Ancient Watcher. And we could take this, because if we do go up against a mage, a hunter, or a paladin, and they do have a secret in their deck, it could be great. And it's also good if you go up against a mage, they play a secret on turn 3, and you play it, and that's the only secret that they have in their deck, and you gain control of it, and it doesn't even trigger it, even if it's mirror image. So we're going to take that card. We don't have any weapons, but Spiteful Smith is still pretty decent. Lost Tail Strider, 4 mana 5/4, it's pretty standard. Silverhand Knight is pretty decent for value, 5 mana 6/6, pretty much. So that's why we're going to take this. Redemption isn't necessarily great. Blessing of the Kings is really good. Earthen Ring Farseer. I'm going to go for Blessing of the Kings. Earthen Ring Farseer, 3 mana, 3/3. It's not too bad. Restore 3 health. Not a bad battle cry. Redemption. I don't really like it that much. Returning something to life with 1 health is giving it up for free almost. So I'm going to take Blessing of the Kings. We don't have any weapons, and as I said earlier, a 1 mana 2/1. It's got 1 health. It could be destroyed pretty quickly and almost for free. Venture Mercenary is a good 5 mana drop. 7/6 for 5 mana is ridiculous, and that's pretty much it. I mean, eventually it will be destroyed anyway, because if it's 7 attack, it'll probably be destroyed almost the turn after you play it. So it's fantastic for 5 mana. Bomb Lobber for 5. In the stats, 5 mana 3/3, pretty trash, but its battle cry is decent. Gnomish Adventure, I'm not really a massive fan of, and we already have, you know, how many spells do we have? One out of 9 so far, so there's an 11.1% chance that we don't get a 1/1. So I'm not going to take the Gnomish Experiment. If we had more spells, then yeah, it's a good card. Mana Wraith, just completely disregard. 2 mana 2/2, and all minions cost 1 more. There are 2 mana 3/2s or 2 mana 2/3s that are much better, so the drawback is terrible. So I'm going to go for the Bomb Lobber. Chillwind Yeti is a fantastic card. Stranglethorn Tiger is good because of its stealth. Lords of the Arena I don't like too much because it's got more attack than it does health with taunt minions. I don't like that very much, so I'm going to go for the Chillwind Yeti here. We already have a Youthful Brewmaster. Might go for the Dragon just because of its passive. Can't be targeted by spells or hero powers. Makes it pretty decent against mages that strongly rely on their spell removal, so we're going to take this. And we also need a few more 2 mana cards because we only have 2 at the moment. And speak of the devil, there's an Ardent Protector. Flying Machine is trash, as we said earlier before. Tauren Warrior is okay, but 3 mana 2/3 isn't great, and by that time they'll probably have something with 3 attack. Silver Moon Guardian, 4 mana 3/3 with Divine Shield. It's not fantastic, but it's not bad either, so we'll take that. We'll take another Youthful Brewmaster over War Golem. War Golem is pretty much Dr. Boom Jr. 7 mana 7/7, whereas Dr. Boom, for example, is a 7 mana 9/9 if you take the bombs into account, and when those bombs die they do 2 to 4 damage, so it's easy pick, really. Dark Iron Dwarf I would have picked if we had less 4 mana cards. Piloted Shredder is really good value. Summon a random cost 2 minion. I mean, best case scenario, it's a 2 mana 4/4, and the battle cry of that legendary card doesn't matter too much. Enemy spells cost 0 next turn, I think it is. True Silver Champion, really good to play on turn 4. It gets rid of all 3 mana minions, I think, and most 4 mana minions as well, so we'll definitely take that into account. We'll take another Guardian of the Kings, because Frostwolf Grunt, turn 2, it pretty much just counters their turn 2 play, and sometimes it doesn't, and they'll still have a 2/1 left on the field. Goldshire Footman, as we said before, is trash, so another Guardian of the Kings isn't a bad thing here. Spider Tank for 3 mana is amazing, so that's why we'll take that straight off the bat. It works really well with our Harvest Golem as well for a 3 mana curve. Sludge Belcher is probably my favourite taunt minion, and for that reason alone I'm going to take him. I don't mind taking Hand of Protection here. It's good if you don't, say you miss the Leper Gnome on turn 1 and you can't play it, and then you summon a Leper Gnome with Divine Shield. It's not too bad. Useful Brewmaster, we already have two of them, and our two mana curve. You know, we've got two, four 2 mana cards, so we're probably going to get one of those in our starting hand. Stone Tusk Boar, as we've said before, is pretty bad, so I'm going to go for Hand of Protection here. Fen Creeper, we already have a where is it? Sludge Belcher, which, I mean, if you look at the stats, a Sludge Belcher is much better than a Fen Creeper. Princess of Elune, I think that's how you pronounce it. Restore 4 health to your hero, 6 mana, 5/4. Well, the Chillwind Yeti is better than that, and it costs 2 less mana. Princess of Elune, it would probably just delay the game if you have to play it. An Unstable Ghoul, it's not too bad. It will get rid of a 3/2 if it attacks, and that's not a bad thing, so we'll take that. Avenge is good if you have board control, and you usually do, because most turns you'll be taking out a guy, a recruit, so Avenge isn't too bad, but another true silver champion is not a bad thing indeed. Blessing of Wisdom is good. Weblord I don't like. 2 mana 1/4 is pretty trash, and minions with battle cry cost 2. Well, we have quite a few battle cries. There's one. There's another one. There's another one. And another one. you get what I'm getting at. We have a lot of battle cries, so it's not really worth, and the stats are pretty trash. Taking another Guardian of the Kings might be a bit too extreme for the late game, but maybe. Blessing of Wisdom, choose a minion whenever it attacks, draw a card. So you're pretty much, if you play this at the start of a turn, you're getting a card, at least one. And I love cards that draw other cards, so we're going to take that. Argent Squire is good and constructed, I feel, for my Paladin deck at least. I'm not sure how it fell, how it will do in Arena though, so I'm not going to take that. Cobalt, there are better spell damage pluses, and I don't think we have any damage spells. No. So I'm going to take the Force Tank. Another Leponome isn't a bad thing. The other two cards weren't pretty good. Weren't pretty good? That's horrible to say. Weren't very good. Holy Wrath, I mean, I guess it's gonna do probably less damage than 5 mana, and for 5 mana you probably want to do at least 5 damage. I mean, Fire Blast is 4, Fireball is 4 damage, is 4 mana, 6 damage. Doesn't look like we're going to be running out of cards at all, really. And Emperor Cobra it's quite decent to play at most turns in the game, so we're probably going to take that. Micro Machine can go out of control. We have a relatively good amount of 2-drops with the Leponome included, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 2-drops is pretty good. We've got quite a lot of 5-drops as well, so the Frostwolf Warlord may be out of the picture, and the Voodoo Doctor, it's okay for board control, but I don't know, I don't really feel like picking that up. Something just feels off about it. So I think we're going to take the Micro Machine. Out of these, the Grimscale Oracle is completely out of the question. We don't have any other Murlocs, and a 1 mana 1/1 is terrible. If we had 4 or 5 Murlocs in the deck, then maybe it might be worth it, and we'd play it on turn 3 when we already have more Murlocs out. Dragonling Mechanic is okay, but we already have a lot of 4-drops, and it's probably the worst 4-drop that we'd have. Yeah, it would be. So I'm going to go for the Silver Hand Knight as well. And our last one, Light Warden is out of the question. 2/5 taunt is okay. Sun Fury Protector is good to have in the deck. You need board control for it, but it won't be too hard, say turn 5, to summon a 2 mana or a 4 mana, a turn 6 then, a 2 mana or a 4 mana, and give it taunt. So that's why we're going to take the Sun Fury Protector. And that's the deck. I think that the mana curve is okay. It could be a little bit more rounded. We don't have any turn 6 moves, but we have turn 7 and turn 8, and we have turn 5, 4, and 2 pretty covered. So, yeah, tune into the next video, which will probably be uploaded tomorrow, which will be the 6th of April. I've been Chivalrous Ghost, and I'll catch you on the next one. If you like this one, be sure to like and subscribe. Adios.